Hello, everyone! Good evening po sa inyong lahat, or good afternoon, or good morning. Saan man kayong parte ng mundo, maraming salamat for tuning in here at GFN, the Global Filipino Network, connecting Filipinos all over the world. And you're watching Real Talk with Sabrina, where we talk about people empowerment and how we can add value and inspiration to each and everyone's lives. So, my topic for tonight is about women empowerment or leadership in a male dominated industry and being successful on it. What's the meaning of success anyway? Let me talk about what success to me is all about. You may agree or disagree, but this is what success for me is. It's setting a goal, putting a lot of effort and a lot of discipline and putting God into it. And once you achieve that goal, that's success, right? So, what is it for you? You can share it with me and I'll read it out to everyone out there. All right. So, without further ado, magbabalik ang aming show after this commercial break. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talk with Sabrina. Okay, let's talk about my special guest for tonight, the director of golf development for six properties all over the Bay Area. Can you imagine six properties? It's not easy to handle a golf course, but we'll ask her more about that. Uh, CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Northern California and Golf Association, plus the Vice President of Seton Hospital. Please welcome Miss Lynn Nelson.
Hi, Sabrina. So nice to be joining you tonight. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I
I
am
haven't seen
great.
you in a while. When was the last time I saw you? A couple of weeks ago?
Well, I was going to say a couple glasses ago, right? So,
Oh, okay. There you go. Then you started. Okay. I love it. I love it. Those were good times.
yes, they were.
Okay. I introduced you as one of the director of golf development for six properties. Tell me more about this kind of job, Miss Lynn. I'm still like in awe. Six golf properties. What is that? Like
Well,
I've been to a lot of golf courses, and they are huge. How do you manage six?
well, because there's talent at each of those properties. And so my job is really to coordinate through the operators at each of those properties, which are separate. We have three 9-hole golf courses and we have three 18-hole golf courses. And those 18-hole properties, one of them just hosted a major in golf and did a phenomenal job of putting that together. That was the 2020 PGA Championship at Harding Park, where Colin Morikawa won and a great champion was crowned. We have another property that's in Pacifica, and that was designed by Alistair McKenzie, called Sharp Park. And we have another golf course that started as a 3-hole course where the public could play for free and actually became 18 holes, and that's the beautiful Lincoln Park, which has probably one of the best views in the city of San Francisco on the 17th hole looking out at the Golden Gate Bridge. So all of our 18 holes are wonderful. Our 9 holes are fantastic because it's where so many San Franciscans learned how to play golf, whether it was at Glen Eagles, Golden Gate Park, or at Fleming Park that's located at Harding Park, all in San Francisco, right near and by the bay.
And you're managing those six properties for how long?
So I've been with them for 4 years. And as I mentioned, you
Mm-hmm.
can't do it alone. It takes a great team. And I love what the
Mm-hmm.
word team stands for, because it's together everyone achieves more. And we do that. So we work very hard. And then the Rec and Park department has an amazing maintenance department that takes care of basically grooming the golf courses for everyone to play. And with the pandemic right now, my goodness, golf is booming. And the interesting thing is, everybody thinks that golf is more of a retirement game, and it's
Mm-hmm.
completely the opposite right now. The number one sectors that are growing are really the 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds who are enjoying playing golf, and the fact that golf can be a multi-generational game makes it
Mm-hmm.
more enjoyable. You can have a child, a parent, and a grandparent in the same
A
group.
family.
Family. It's beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's
Okay, let
safe.
me get on. Yeah. And it's safe too. Major social distance, right?
Yes. Especially where I hit it. So
Okay. I know. So, okay, let me get on to my first question. I see you have been involved with golf either as a player or in management. What is it about this sports that attracted you so much until now? Because I know you're still playing sport, you're still playing golf, right?
I still
Or you
play.
kind of
And
slowed down?
well, I slowed down a little bit. I don't play at the
Hmm.
competitive level that I used to.
Not competitive level.
No, I am competitive. I'm just not playing
I
in national championships and such. But then that picture right now is one where I had an opportunity to play with Nancy Lopez, and that was really really special with a dear friend Kathy Calder and three other friends or two other friends that are with us. But the word that comes to mind with golf that I think is the most meaningful is the word integrity. It's a game that tells you you're obligated to call a rule infraction on yourself. When you hit a great shot, you celebrate it. If you hit a bad shot, you learn how to recover and move on to the next opportunity. So the lessons that you learn in golf are very similar to the lessons that you can learn in life. And you always strive to do better. We're going to make mistakes, but that's not the end of the world. We're going to also have celebration of just wonderful occasions. And then the outcome of all of that, we develop
Mhm.
friendships along the way. And what a great gift that is.
Have you developed friendship with Clint Eastwood and Steph Curry too?
Oh, well, Steph Curry is an amazing golfer. I mean, he is a secret weapon. He is gifted in golf as he is on the golf course. And then when I was with the NCGA, we inducted Clint Eastwood into the Hall of Fame along with his other partners, which were the gentlemen that are the key founders of Pebble Beach Company. And that was a thrill. And I have to tell you, I have a crush on Clint Eastwood. He is amazing. He really is
Talking
wonderful.
of, oh my goodness. How long ago was that, Lynn?
That picture there was about 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Oh,
Little
so
little
is he really
less.
good in golf?
He's
Is he really
great.
good at golf? He's great.
He's
And he's
really
nice
great.
too, huh?
He's
Oh.
incredible. I mean, I had a meeting with Clint where we were doing some contract negotiation, and I said to my fellow people that I was attending the meeting with, I said, "How do you go to a meeting with an autograph book?" Because I was in awe of sitting there with Clint Eastwood. It was
Starstruck.
just I totally was. But
Oh,
it was
that's so cute.
amazing, and he is incredible. I mean, he's a beautiful musician. I mean, he writes a lot of the musical scores to his movies that I was never aware of what an artist he is, and it's special.
Now you're telling me I have to do my research about him. I like him too. My mom really likes him a lot
Oh,
too.
he's got it. He has magic dust. That's for sure.
Okay, well, I have a next question for you. I don't know if you're gonna like this question or not, but you can answer it. It's not. It's really up to you. You've been in golf for more than 2 decades. Do you agree that this is a male-dominated field?
Yes,
Agree or
when I first
disagree?
no, I do. I totally agree. I think it's a very
Oh,
factual statement. And when I was first
mm-hmm,
coming into the industry, it was more so. Now the doors are
mm-hmm,
opening, opportunities are different, which is important. But I can tell you that when I first was coming in, um, 3% of general managers and club managers in the industry were female. So it was
mm-hmm,
a large minority. And to my good fortune, there was a woman, Roberta Keller, who was the general
mm-hmm,
manager at San Francisco Club, which is one of
mm-hmm.
the most renowned golf courses in the world. And she very
Wow.
kindly took me under her wing and said, "Why don't you invite your board to come play San Francisco Club, and we'll see how that goes over." And it went over swimmingly well. They loved it. But it was, when I
She was your
very
mentor?
first, she was my mentor. She was my mentor.
Wow, wow.
And when I first came into the golf business, I worked in the pro shop, and the gentleman who hired me, and it was a relationship where basically what the club provided me was free lessons and range privileges in exchange for working and doing the merchandising but I wasn't allowed to work on men's day because there weren't women in the golf shop at that time. So after
Hmm.
a little bit of time, basically, I started working on men's days, and it was great. And I was with that facility for 20 years.
Okay.
So,
How
and
long
then
have you been playing? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I've been playing golf for gosh, coming up on 40 years.
Wow.
But
And
it's a great game.
you started when? How did you get into this profession?
So I got into golf by accident, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I had a
Mm-hmm.
ski accident, and I was fairly active in lots of other sports. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, I have to get my physical education classes in college. So it was my undergrad work. And I thought golf would be easy because the ball doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you hit your bucket of balls, and then you go home. So I showed up, and the gentleman that was instructing the class was actually the men's golf coach. So he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "I think you played the game before." And I said, "No, I haven't." And the next class day I went back, and there were 9 guys behind me, and I turned around and I couldn't figure out what that was about. And one of them, he and I had grown up together since we were in third grade. And he
Mm-hmm.
looked and he called out my name and he said, "Lynn," he goes, "You're the girl?" And I go, "What girl?" And he goes, "Coach has us down here looking at you." And then
Wow.
coach went over and he said to him, "You know her from golf, right?" And Mike said, "No." He goes, "I've been pulling her hair since third grade." So we grew up around the corner from each other. And then the teacher, who was the men's coach, was kind enough to to put me to work working for the men's golf team. So I would play with the guys right out the chute. And I hit the ball far because I was an athlete in other sports. So I transitioned fairly well. And then one day we were playing with the women's golf coach, and he told me that there was a women's team. And so I thought, well, that's pretty special. So I decided to show up and try out. Now, I did not have a handicap. I had never played in a tournament in my life, but I was good enough to make the team, not the best players, because my teammates were phenomenal. We were ranked number one and number three in the country. So it was very humbling, but it also put me on a fast track for golf.
Wait, you said, okay, so you got there by accident. So you played a lot of sports before getting into golf. So that means you have a great upper body strength before you
Yeah, I've
playing
got
golf. What were your sports that you played before golf?
my two sports, and I scholarshiped in both of them. So I was very fortunate. But I lost my scholarships because of my ski accident. But it was tennis
Oh,
and
mhm.
softball. So I was
That's why.
yep, and the softball, hitting a softball is not too far off of hitting a golf ball. I mean, you just bend over a little more, but the mechanics are the same.
Ah, yes, yes. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Okay,
So
do you mind if you talk more about your current role as a director of golf development for the city and county of San Francisco? And you were appointed by the late Mayor Edwin Lee. Is that right?
yes, I
Oh,
had an up. Ed Lee was amazing, and I'm fortunate to be able to tell you that he was a friend, and we played
oh,
golf together many times. And he knew my background because prior to that, to working for the city of San Francisco, I was with the Northern California Golf Association. And so we had a vision and a goal to grow golf in San Francisco, which Mayor Lee right now would be very proud of the amount of play that we're seeing at the golf courses because the game is growing in popularity. And Mayor Lee was very instrumental in bringing the 2020 championship to San Francisco that was held in August of this year. And that's a
mm-hmm.
major championship held at a public golf course. And that's only happened 5 times in the history of that event, which is over 102 years. So to have that happen in the city's backyard at a wonderful property that was televised over 130 countries and crowning a champion that was just wonderful and continues to win is really a special occasion.
How long
And
ago was
May,
that?
that was last August, and Mayor
Oh,
Lee would have been so proud.
I hope he's watching right now.
I kind of
We'll send him the link.
I
Shout
I
out to
think he
Mayor Lee.
is. I think he
Shout out
is.
to Mayor Lee.
And Ed Lee, he founded the San Francisco Women's Mayors Golf Council, and he did that in 2013. And I thought, this has never been formed. A women's golf council has never been established anywhere in the country, and he was very proud to do it because it was a high priority for him to see women's golf grow within the San
Okay.
Francisco community.
So I think you mentioned to me one time talking about women's golf, that you're also involved in the Women U.S. Open. Is that correct?
I am actually, and
Oh,
that's around the corner. That's going to be
what?
in June
Mm-hmm.
3rd through 6th this year at
Mm-hmm.
Olympic Club. And they won't be allowing, again because of COVID, they won't be allowing any a gallery, which will be out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it will be welcoming the top 156 golfers, both professional and amateur. So amateurs are allowed to play in that event if they qualify at Olympic Club for 4 days. So we're really, really excited about that. And then
Oh,
San
that's
Fran,
big.
it's huge. And then Michelle Wie, we're hoping she'll be playing because she's coming back to golf. She just had a baby girl 2 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be televised, and we're so excited about it.
So what kind of preparation do they put into that event? I know there's major preparation and crew on that side of the department, right?
Yeah, and there's some really amazing things happening for women with this event. I mean, the Women's Open is run by the United States Golf Association. And it's a prestigious event, and it's considered a major championship, which means a
It
lot.
is.
It's every young girl's dream to win the Open. It starts out in golf, and not only that, the gentleman who's the golf course superintendent there, Troy Flanagan. Um, when you look at behind the scenes, which are all the people that maintain the golf course and work
Mm-hmm.
so hard on grooming it and providing the best conditions, it's a resume builder for folks to put that they have worked on the greens crew for a major
Mm-hmm.
championship. So Troy extended the invitation to female golf course workers, greens workers, which is so rare, but to
Mm-hmm.
open the door to recruit them to be able to serve and volunteer in prepping the championship for women is remarkable. So he's already filled the crew. He's got lots of people that signed up in addition to his talented staff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see some of the best conditions provided on the best golf course uh, in the weeks or in the days June 3rd through June 6th. So I hope people tune in because it's going to be exciting.
Oh, this is big. It's gonna be
It's
really
big.
exciting, that's for
It's
sure.
big.
You mentioned about resume earlier. I know you're big on volunteering because I've seen you provided volunteer services in a number of organizations such as the Mayor's Women's Golf Council and the Navy SEAL Foundation, and as the vice president of the Seton Medical Foundation, which is totally from golf and then healthcare. So. Uh, among many others, okay, what motivates you to be involved in the volunteering work, and why do you think volunteerism is important in general?
I think all of us aspire to give back.
Hmm.
I think, we're all blessed in our lives. And so to have that ability, whether you do it through your time or you do it through resources, is really up to the individual. But I made a commitment many years ago that I wanted to serve my country, I wanted to serve my community, and I wanted to serve my passion. And so serving my country came through the opportunity of working on the Navy SEAL Foundation, which a huge fundraiser is conducted every year at Half Moon Bay Golf Links that raises millions and millions of dollars for the SEALs. And I actually had a young man that worked for me in my days at Palo Alto Hills who was one of the four SEALs that were in the group of lone survivor. And unfortunately, Matt was not one who survived. He lost his life.
Oh,
So it's been in his name and in honoring his life and his service that I got involved with
mhm.
the SEALs. And then
No.
I served my community through the Seton Foundation because We have a hospital facility that's really more emergency based here on the coast side in Half Moon Bay where I live, and then also Seton in Daly City that does phenomenal work with the community within Daly City. So it's a labor of love and a pleasure to give back. And then in golf, I do all I can for kids and anything that can touch player development and player growth. And
I
I'm
love Seton
happy.
Hospital.
I'm happy.
I love Seton Hospital. That's a really great hospital. I'm from healthcare industry too, and I go there all the time. I have a lot of friends there. The people there are really great. The case managers, the social workers, and the staff. They're really amazing. Okay, well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me go on a commercial break and let me just thank our sponsors here. Okay, so we would like to thank our sponsors for our episode today, Miss Edwina Aniag of Ohio National Financial Services. For your insurance needs, please call Edwina at 650-892-1839. Again, that's 650-892-1839. And Kalayan Skincare for all your skin issues and skin problems. They're located in Milpitas, California. And of course, our media partner, the OM Star newspaper. Thank you all very much. And I would like to remind everyone that we have two other shows premiering this month called Go Pinoy Show and Kabayan Seattle. And of course, don't forget to watch the other shows at the GFN channel. Please don't forget to follow and like us at facebook.com/GFN channel. Ayan, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone. Real Talk with Sabrina. Okay, let's continue our nice topic. It's so interesting. Because earlier, Lynn, you mentioned that you were doing a lot of volunteering works, right?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question, a little bit personal, all right? How do
Okay.
you manage? Yeah, let's talk about your balancing your work and how do you do that? Your family, personal life? How do you balance your time in all of this
Well,
chaos?
okay, there we go. It's how do you manage chaos? But I will
Yes.
confess, managing my personal side of life is probably not my greatest skill set. But
Mhm.
I don't have any children of my own, but I have three godchildren that I absolutely adore. And I am a
Mhm.
firm believer that family is first. So I would do that for myself and I would do it for my staff. And I would have folks work with me that had a couple of kids and they'd say, I know weekends are busy and I really want to be involved with my son's baseball team. Um, and in doing that, it was sort of they need to be a parent. They need to be involved in a child's life. And so the golf courses are going to stop running because they're not there. And I think that's what builds a great team. And if you give, you get, and it just works that way.
Yes, definitely. We need them behind our busy lives, right? Oh, you
Yes,
know what? Let me read the comments here first. I just want to say, Marjorie Luwalhati, thank you very much for watching. Mike Leong, Mike has a question for you, Lynn. It says, Lynn, what's your dream of golf foursome?
that's a
Sounds
great that's a great question. So
you have an avid fan already.
I do. Well, I think we're going to mute. Thank you. My dream foursome would be. So I'm assuming that's going to be three other players. So it would be Marion Hollins, it would be Bobby Jones, and it would be Katharine Hepburn. So that's
The last one
pretty
is who?
Kath,
Hepburn.
Katharine Hepburn.
Okay, I thought for a second it's Audrey Hepburn. Sorry.
No, Katharine Hepburn. So it would have been, she was quite the character and loved the game. I actually have to tell you, I'd have probably dream foursomes for every day of the week, but those would be three I would really enjoy getting to
That's
know.
That's really interesting. Okay, there's another one. Someone here is saying Bonnie Luisa Mendoza. She said, "Thank you very. Oh, you're an awesome guest, Miss Lynn Nelson." So Bonnie, she's also one of the hosts for the GFN show. And Agnes Agudo Mabanta, she's my ate. How are you, Ate Agnes? And how are you, Kuya Peter? Yan. Okay, let's go back to our topic. Good. For a moment, I'm like, what's a foursome? Golf foursome.
So
That's
those are
interesting.
our playing partners, which is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that dream group. But there's so much history that's out there and inspiration from those that you play with.
Uh-huh. Okay, I have a very special question here. What was the challenges or obstacles, or if there's any, or let's say, was there ever a time where you have to alter yourself in order to fit in better into that men's club and to be successful in where you are right now?
Well, with one of my positions, I started. I was nominated to serve on the board of directors for an organization that was founded in 1901, and this was in 2006, and I was the first woman that was ever put on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't do anything for it to be a cause. It was always a mission to do the very best I could for the industry that I served. So when I was put on the board, I was flattered. I enjoyed it. I had a couple of people on the board come up and say, you weren't put on the board because you're a woman. And then the fact that they even said that sort of made it an affirmation that that's why I was put on the board. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had an opportunity for the CEO position that opened, and I was asked to apply for that position, which I did.
You
And
applied
I
for it.
I applied for it with some other very qualified candidates. And I remember sitting before the panel that was 10 gentlemen. And one of the questions that was asked of me was that I had already broken the glass ceiling by being the first woman that served this organization. And what was that like? And so I gave them a kind of a fun answer in that I told them it was very, very lonely when I went to the bathroom. There was nobody to talk to. I was there all by myself. There was an echo. And I'm going on with this answer. And I mean, they were mortified. They were just mortified
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't realize I was kidding. And
Mm-hmm.
I told them that I was. And then I said, the real answer is that passion does not have a gender. If you love what you do, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, because you're going to care to do your best. And
Mm-hmm.
and watching them, I mean, everybody was nodding because it's the truth. And I was very fortunate to get the position, which I adored, and we worked
Mm-hmm.
really hard, and made some changes that were good for the industry. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of the work there and what we accomplished. But that was probably the first time that I felt singled out because of what my gender was.
Wow, that's interesting. Exactly. Tell me about what does your job entail when they hired you?
So that organization was responsible for the administration of 400 golf courses in Northern California,
Mm-hmm.
150,000 members, and
Mm-hmm.
developing and supporting many organizations that are within the golf community and the community
Mm-hmm.
itself. It was located in Pebble Beach, and we did a lot of water management work. We did renovation work. I mean, if you love golf, it was the
Mm-hmm.
best job in the whole wide world. It really was, because every aspect of it was golf. We ran a foundation. We had, I think 30,000 kids that are in the foundation. That foundation now has spread to to 26 states and a couple of countries. It's up in Canada. They've done brilliant work. And that organization provides golf for kids where they pay no more than $5 a round. So we had parents that would call, and somebody had lost a job, but they said, I can still find $5 for my child to go play golf. And the
That's really
mentor,
interesting.
it was beautiful. I mean, and I would take these
Mm-hmm.
phone calls, and in about 2 seconds I was crying because it just touches your heart to see these kids, still have dreams and opportunities, and helping them to get scholarships and be better people, and then in turn they learn how to give back. So you create a community of giving and receiving, which is the balance of life.
Wow. That's really inspiring, Lynn. I just have to read one question from Bonnie Luisa Loisa Val Mendoza. For Miss Nelson, did she feel intimidated being a woman to hold that prestigious position and appointed at that?
So that's a great question. And I never felt intimidated. I felt inspired. I felt that I had an opportunity in sort of uncharted waters and a responsibility to not fail. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot, because you work harder, you work maybe longer,
Mm-hmm.
because there's certain pressure to not let anyone down. And then through that time, I mean, all of a sudden you're working so hard, and then you don't realize that somebody's behind you watching you saying, can you give me some advice? This is what I want to do for a living. How did this happen? And then all of a sudden you realize you're being watched a little bit, and now you have to maintain a model of integrity that you
Mm-hmm.
want to be the example for people.
Right. Wow, that's really good. I can feel like you're really powerful in your position, Lynn. I swear to
Oh,
God. I love
you're so kind. Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
So, okay, we celebrated Women's History Month in March to celebrate women empowerment, right? And the contribution of women to events in history. Can you comment on women empowerment as it relates to your personal experience as a leader, or let's say as an officer in your organization?
Sure. I mean, I think history is what teaches us where we can start and then helps define where we can go. And
Mm-hmm.
and golf as an industry is the very same. So one of the people that I mentioned that I would be in my dream foursome is Marion Hollins, who was just amazing in the golf community, in that she was Samuel B. Morse's right arm in building Pebble Beach golf links. And
Mm-hmm.
subsequent to that, she convinced Samuel B. Morse that he should build another golf course, and that became Cypress Point. And through that, she met one of the best golf architects in the world in Alistair McKenzie, and they built, and she was involved with the development of Augusta National. And those three golf courses are definitely in the top 10 in the world of esteemed and respected golf courses. So
In the
her
world.
work in the world, and one of the most famous par threes, wasn't designed by Alistair McKenzie. It was designed by Marion Hollins at Cypress Point in that number 16. So I read
Mm-hmm.
a quote the other day, and this is to your question. It said that a lot, if you go way back, I mean, we're talking 1900s and maybe earlier, if something was discovered, created, or quoted that was said by a gentleman at the time,
Mm-hmm.
that person's name was attributed to that inspiring sentence. If it was written by a woman, then you would see the word anonymous. You wouldn't see that individual's name.
Mm-hmm.
So now warp forward, and look what we're looking at. A beautiful young lady gave during the inauguration a beautiful poem, read a beautiful poem. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
what side politically you're on. It was the magic of her message. And we're in a time right now where I think the opportunities have never been greater. I've always said that my dream world would consist of 98.6, because that describes our body temperature and not our gender or color by any means. But we're all
Mm-hmm.
people working together in a direction to make things more wonderful and better.
Wow, that's really inspiring.
You're kind. Thank
That's
you.
really good. That's really good. Let's talk about your challenges, Lynn. Were there any challenges and failures? So let's just talk about the failures you have encountered during your career. Oh, there's a question here for Miss Nelson. What is your biggest challenge? Yes. See, they're all interested about these challenges that you had in your career. What is your biggest challenge in your role and how you overcame it?
So, my message in this regard attributes more to the private club industry, and that's that don't get involved with politics, don't play politics.
Yes.
Just have a vision that you want to do your best. I think when I've maybe gotten close to the line of being political and taking a side, that doesn't bode anyone very well when you're responsible for everyone. So that
Mm-hmm.
was so my reset on that was to treat everyone as if they were going to be the president next year. So if I treated everyone the same, I never had to worry about that. That was never part of my concern. And I think communication is really, really important. I've never seen or needed to write an employee up for not for over communicating. I think
Wow.
have no fear of building a great team around you full of talent, because again, team is together everyone achieves more.
Wow, very well said, Miss Lynn.
Thank
We have
you.
another question. We have another question. So it says, bullseye, Miss Nelson, not mixing politics into it. Woo, that's what she said. Bonnie, thank you, Ate Bonnie. And Miss Ate Agnes, she's got a question. She's watching from the Philippines. Miss
Ah,
Nelson, what is happening in the golfing community during this time of pandemic?
it's growing. I mean, who would have thought that the horrible pandemic has done such a big boost for golf? But golf is one of the very few sports that has social
Mm-hmm.
distancing built in. I mean, when you look at it, you're playing a hole that can be 400 yards and there's four people on it. So we have way
Mm-hmm.
more than 6 feet, and we have the ability to be outdoors. And I think more people are trying golf than ever. We have one of our golf courses, the rounds have literally doubled during the pandemic time. So we're seeing good things happening, and golf gives us as much a sense of normal in that we can do that together with friends and with family and enjoy it. So I think it's fantastic to see the growth and the opportunity that's happening.
That's good. And they get to get exercises too, right?
Yes. And yes, and you know,
Right?
the magic of golf is that if you're walking the golf course, you're going to walk 5 miles. If you
It's
ride
not
it,
easy to play golf.
no, it's not. And if you ride in a golf cart, you're going to walk probably 2 miles. So no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, it's very, very healthy, and it's very inspiring, and it's multi-generational. Families can do it together.
Yes,
Um, I think it's great.
I totally agree. I'm telling you, I've been a caddy to Mike, and like I said, it's a good exercise. So, Mike has another question for you. What advice would you give to girls growing up today, and something you would tell yourself at the beginning of your career?
Well, I think it's really important to believe in yourself. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really important to realize that to achieve your goals, you need to work hard and to reach and aspire for greatness. And don't be afraid of the word great. Embrace it and let it define what you want to accomplish. And then
Mm-hmm.
a little slogan that I always have is that I believe as you do that and you continue to climb, remember that the view is always better from the top. So when you climb that
Oh,
mountain and you see those accomplishments and you're able to look around what you've done, celebrate your successes, learn from your failures, and again, that view is just so much better from the top. And
that's very inspiring.
don't hesitate to pull people up with you.
That's true, though. I
Yes,
totally agree on that one. Yes, I love
I mean,
that.
yeah,
Well,
I mean,
okay. Um,
it's magic.
it's a blessing also. You help people while you're going up the ladder, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay, Miss Lynn, before, yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
important, and I
someone,
think building teams.
yeah. You're all
Oh,
about this team building. I love it. Bonnie said, "Love it. I love the responses, Miss Nelson." Okay,
thank you,
Miss Lynn
Bonnie.
Nelson. Yes. Can you talk about a charity that you are doing right now?
Sure, there's several. The one that we're restarting again actually is the Seal Golf Tournament that's going to be held in September. I also do work for Silverado Country Club with their event that'll be coming up September this year. And the other fundraiser that I'm involved with is some player development programs for golf and for women. And then I'd probably say my primary focus right now is going to be the Seal Foundation. because we had to cancel our events last year due to COVID.
Oh, because of COVID. Okay. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we end this show, I'm gonna start saying thank you again to our sponsors after this commercial break. Thank you, Ms. Edwina Anyag of Ohio National Financial Services. For your insurance needs, please call Edwina 650-892-1839. Again, that's 650-892-1839. And Kalayan Skincare, which is located in Milpitas, California. And of course, our media partner, Phil Am Star Newspaper. Thank you all very much. And I would also like to remind everyone that we have two other shows premiering this month, which is Go Pinoy Show and Kabayan Seattle. And please don't forget to follow and like us at facebook.com/GFN channel.
Prime your taste buds for the finest of culinary magic. We've prepared a gastronomic feast unlike anything you've ever had, moving heaven and earth to guarantee an unforgettable dining experience.
Uy, tagal ah! Mag-temp check na kami!
Nag-hand sanitize na kami. Nag-fill up na kami ng health declaration form.
Okay, if you're finished, your tables are ready in the new normal of traveling. Safety always comes first.
Ay, layo pala no?
Konting push pati.
Kindly book your reservations in advance. Our limited seating is extremely exclusive. Order with ease online and choose from a cornucopia of exquisite dishes. Our approach to dining is simple. Just you and your food, so you can savor every flavor.
Crispy pata!
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
Yes, it's taken by my personal space and physical distancing protocols. PDA, hindi mo ba alam yun? Buti sana kamukha mo yung boyfriend ko.
Nothing gets between you and your culinary satisfaction.
Ay, sir, sorry. Kasalanan niyo eh. Ma'am, sir, bill po.
Hala, naiwan ko yata yung wallet ko ah.
Kuya, ako na lang ho ang bahala.
Sige, ma'am.
Contactless payments, please.
Ako may ipabayadan yung duha.
Saan na ba yun?
Enjoy your meal, guys!
Travel safe mga beshies!
Mabuhay!
Pag naglalakbay.
Have a safe trip, Pinas!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Real Talk with Sabrina. I have one more question to Miss Lynn Nelson before we go. Lynn, hi, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Okay, last and not least, I have one more question, and I need to emphasize this question because I know I have younger viewers out there. What advice, finally, this is my final question. I know you answered the question prior to this, but what advice do you give our viewers, especially the young girls, with regards to achieving their career goals? I just need to emphasize this because I know I have younger viewers out there.
Dream big. Don't dream
Yes.
small. Dream big. And anything that you think you can do, go 3 steps farther. I had my niece ask me one day, she said, "Where do seashells come from?" And I thought she meant, well, it's calcium buildup. And I would give her that answer. And she goes, "No, where are they?"
Smart.
And I said, "Look as far as you can. Do you see where the sky touches the water?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Go 3 feet past that, because you've got to reach farther than what you can touch. And if you do that, you will always grow and you will always accomplish. And don't be afraid.
Take the leap.
Take the
Take
leap.
the leap.
Take the
Yes.
leap."
Yes. My question for you is, what is success? What's the meaning of success for you?
Success to me is something that is in your heart. Success can be having children. Success can be leading a company. Success can be building a great life for your family. So whatever you aspire to accomplish and be the best at it. And I've heard this advice before, and I tell people, I said, it doesn't matter what you want to do. Whatever you choose, just choose to be the best at it. Nobody can ever lose if you accomplish that.
You know, those tiny accomplishments, they all pile up and it becomes your confidence booster. And that will help you make the better version of yourself in the future. Don't you agree?
I completely agree. Well said.
Thank you very much, Miss Lynn. I want to be like you when I grow up, Miss
Yeah.
Nelson says Bonnie Mendoza. Well,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, there you have it. Thank you so much. So, being the former CEO of NCGA is a living proof that we are in the modern era and we have broken to this groundbreaking moment of women leading the golf industry. Thank you very much, Miss Lynn Nelson, and I hope to see you soon in one of your events.
Thank you so much. I look forward to spending some time with you. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lynn. All right.
Back.
Wow. I was so nervous interviewing her. She's like, big deal. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week, every Thursday, 7 p.m. And I'll say hi. Don't forget to say hi when you're watching my show. Thank you very much. Whew, I'm so nervous. Okay, good night, everyone. Mwah.